channel. Today I'm going to do a run through on the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Love this guy. I've got to tell you, even before I got into this actual package, I was just opening up the Sephora box and it was like, whoof, peach. Like I smelled peach before I even got into this box. It was crazy, but it smells so good and really makes me want to eat a bunch of candy. So maybe if you're on a diet, this isn't a good palette for you because it's just going to be tempting. But anywho, I get so rambled and outside the box. I am going to do swatches and thoughts on the shadows in the first part of this video, and then I'm going to do this eye tutorial towards the end. So if you want to skip the swatches, go towards the end, and if not, yeah, you know what to do. So this is what the palette looks like. It's still that classic nice metal packaging, which I love. And then this is what the palette looks like in of itself. Super duper pretty. Love the shades in here. I know a lot of people were like, wait, there's not a lot of the peachy shades, but honestly, I think they play so well together and I'm not mad. And then in case anybody else was wondering about this, this is the Bonbons palette up against the peach palette, if I can talk. So those are the color differences in those. I personally feel like this palette really kind of has a nice balance of shimmery metallic shades as well as the matte shades. Like the shades that are matte are the ones that need to be matte, where sometimes I'm like in a palette, why isn't this shade matte? Like it'd be perfect for the crease, but I think they did a really great job with that. My favorite color is the Candied Peach right here. It comes off as a matte on the eyelid, but it does have a little tiny flecks of like purplish pink sparkle in there, but you don't see it on the eye, or at least I don't see it on the eye. But I'm going to do swatches of these for you guys, and these were done in natural light. However, it was very cloudy, so keep that in mind. Now I'm going to go from the top row across and do 3. So this first row right here, we have White Peach, which I would say is like a satin, kind of has a little bit of a sheen, but not a whole lot. Then we have Luscious, definitely a metallic finish. Just Peachy, very pretty, still slight metallic satin finish. Bless Her Heart, isn't that like the most southern thing you could possibly think of? Like, it's a sweet peach palette. I'm thinking like Georgia or something, and Bless Her Heart, like that's almost like FU in southern talk. If you're from the South, I am, or I live in the South, and yeah, sometimes when you hear that, you're like, girl. And then next we have Tempting, which is a metallic satin-ish, like it doesn't look super metallic on the eye. And then Charmed for sure, super cute name, definitely a matte. And before I go in the second row, I was not being offensive with Bless Your Heart, just so you know, or Bless Her Heart. It's just something I have picked up on. Anywho, Nectar is in the second row. Beautiful, like so beautiful. Then we have Cobbler, Candied Peach, which I said was my favorite. And then we've got Bellini and Peach Pit. And Bellini and Peach Pit, as well as Cobbler and Nectar, definitely have that little sheen to them. And then so does the last one, Delectable. And then the last row, completely obsessed with this shade. Doesn't even make any sense because it doesn't have a whole lot of color to it. But Peaches and Cream, love it. And that is more of a matte finish. Then Georgia, that is what I have in the crease right now, matte finish. Then we have Caramelized, that definitely has a little bit of a sheen to it. Puree, look at me like pronouncing these words, go Mel. And then Summer Yum, love this. And this does have like a little bit of a peachy apricot tint to it, so it makes sense. And then Talk Derby to me. Southern, Kentucky Derby. Like, I love the names in this. And this has like tiny little micro glitters in it as well. And I think that if you used Too Faced glitter glue or something and put this on the eye, I think you'd actually really be able to see those glitters in it. Now, I want to talk about the whole peach concept behind this and my opinions. Again, my opinion, this is not factual, but when I look at this palette, a lot of people, like I said, have like, why aren't there more peach shades? I have enough peach shades in here. Like, obviously, Candied Peach is peachy. Just Peachy is peachy. Georgia has like that pinkish peach shade, and then Peaches and Cream, like that does remind me of like some of the tones that are in peaches. If you look at a peach, especially going through the stages of, you know, it ripening, there are different colors. So those all make sense to me. And then the browns, they have not necessarily this one, but Summer Yum, that has a peach hue to it. Now the greens, I think of the leaf, and now the purples, that might not make as much sense. I think they just complement the peach, or maybe it's a bruised peach. I don't know, but I like the palette. I'm not mad at it at all. Great quality. The shadows work really well. I have not used them all. I have swatched them and played with most of them, but I have not worn them all. But I'm going to say not disappointed in this at all. I like this just as much as my Bonbons, if not possibly a tad bit better, only because I don't have a lot of these like peachier shades. So I'm really, really stoked about that. And then the smell is to die for. Now for this eye look, if you're interested in seeing how I created it, just keep watching. Already got my eyes primed. You guys know the deal. And the very first shade I'm going to go in with is White Peach, and I'm using a MAC 239, and I'm just going to pop this as usual right at the brow arch and buff downward. I'm also going to take that shade right on the inner corners of the eyes. On a MAC 217, I'm going to grab Georgia, which is this light pinky matte shade, and I'm going to use that as a transition. So again, going straight into the crease and then working it upward. And I do this because when we go straight into the crease, it deposits more color, and then I'm softly blending it upward so it's not going to be a harsh line. I really love this color for a transition shade. I think it's so beautiful. And this palette smells amazing. Now I'm going to go switch back to my 239, and I'm going to grab Peaches and Cream. This I'm going to pop right on the lid. I think this color is so, so nice. It's really subtle, and like probably everybody else will be like, yeah, why do you like that color? I don't know. There's something about it that I think is so pretty. It's like a bone colored shade with a slight hint of peach on it, which I don't really see in the pan, but I see it on my eye, so I don't know. But I think it's really pretty. Rotating right back to the 217, and I'm grabbing my favorite shade in the pan, in the palette, my bad, and this is Candied Peach, and it has a little bit of like flecks of purpley pink glitter in there, but you don't see it when you put it on the eye. And I'm going to go right into the crease with this. You can see I'm kind of pointing my brush upward into the crease. That makes sure that all the product doesn't go down onto my lid. And I'm grabbing a little bit out of the time and just putting this straight into the crease, building the color up. And then I'm going to clean off my brush and softly blend out the edges. I love this shade. I think it's so, so gorgeous. I keep getting tiny little dusts of this palette in my mouth. It tastes so good. Oh, it tastes so good. It's like candy. On a NARS pencil brush, I'm also going to drag that same shade all underneath my lash line. And I'm going to drag this down pretty far. You do not have to if you don't want to, but I'm obsessed with this color, so I really want to be able to see it. Same brush, and I'm going to grab a little bit of Summer Yum. Again, a matte shade. This look is just going to be a little bit more matte. I've been wearing a lot of glitter lately, so kind of wanted to keep it more matte today. But I think I'll also end up doing a prom look with this, and I'll probably use some more of the shimmery shades then. But I'm just taking this and packing the color right on this outer V here, and then bringing the excess up halfway into the crease. And then again, taking that same color on my pencil brush and just going right on the outer corner of the eye right here. For liner, I am grabbing MAC's Fluid Line in Rich Ground in a MAC 210. And I'm just going to do a small line, or thin line, it's not a small line, a thin line right on top of the lash line. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do this from far away. But I'm going to try. Definitely had to get up close to perfect that. I just can't do it that far away. But now I'm going to use MAC's Chromographic Pencil. I use it all the time. NW and NC15 NW20. And I'm going to pop this in my waterline because I really want my eyes to look really super bright and big. Mascara, MAC's Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Make sure you do the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to pop some lashes on. I'm probably going to use the Salon Perfect Demi Wispies, and then I'm going to finish off my lip, and I will be back. So that is the finished eye look, you guys, and I've got to tell you, I really enjoy this palette. Everything blends out really well. I do love the colors that are in here. I know that people are kind of like, meh, it doesn't have as many peach shades, but I think the palette goes really well together, so I am not mad at it. And in case anyone is wondering what is on my lips, I have Limecrime's Cashmere with MAC Dazzleglass in Date Night on top. Anywho, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.